Hi, welcome back to BSC Army, the first decentralized autonomous organization for social media on Binance Smart Chain. I'm Kristen, and as usual, I'll be the host for our live AMA session today. We'll be having interesting videos coming every single week, so if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notification on our BSC Army YouTube channel. Today, wow, we're having two special sections actually. The first one is the in-life giveaway, which will be rewarded in total of 100 US dollars. And the second one is the mini game, the quiz that we're having on BSC Army official Telegram group chat about LaunchZone because I mean that's our guest today, right? So those will be rewarded with the total of 400 USDTs for 20 questions. So whoever gets the right question fastest will get the prize. So stay tuned for that, guys. So today we're welcoming a very familiar yet very special face that we've seen so many times. Hi, Luke, are you there?
Oh, hey, Kristen.
Hi. So yeah, we meet again. So this time you're representing LaunchZone and not BSC Army. So would you tell us the reason why and also give us a little introduction about our special live AMA this time?
Yeah, well, so this is quite a change today because normally when people see me, it will be representing Bombi, but it's due to the fact that recently Bombi was also just integrated into the bigger LaunchZone ecosystem. So I guess somehow when I was representing BSC Army, so I was promoted to being the new representative of LaunchZone. So today, once again, guys, my name is Luke, and I'm currently working as the representative BD of LaunchZone ecosystem. And since that the LaunchZone ecosystem is now integrated sub-projects like EasyDefi or BSC Army, our old friend and strategic partners. So now, different to the other concept that we've been doing. So today it's more like about the declarations from LaunchZone and what will be the change that we are offering to our users in our community in the future, and also our new future plans for development.
Right, great. So, since we're having our second live with Launchon this time, we won't be talking about the basic information that we have discussed last time. So let's get started right into the part where would you talk about your future plan of Launchon because a lot of changes are happening and like a lot of adjusting and yeah, all of that. So yeah, look, would you kindly share with us a little bit of information about that?
Sorry, Kristen, but I might not be able to hear you. So, oh yeah.
Uh,
So, sorry, it was just a little bit loud for me. So,
okay.
since the start, what we intended to build up Long Zone was to be like the one place where people and investors like us, the founding members, can have all kind of trading transactions that they can find within one single ecosystem. So after we've developed our operations throughout the previous month, we have also like uh, moved this idea to a whole new level. So LaunchZone is no longer just a mere platform where everyone can just find the services that they want to use, but we're considering ourselves as incubators for potential DeFi startups. And we got as for what we did, we always gonna help them within marketing plans and also essential resources in order to develop their project and ideas to later contribute to the space. So now that after we have stick with this idea so long of creating like really strong projects to offer like really long-term values for space. So now we can see that it is time to extend our business. But to do this, we will also need a lot more resources and also need more concentration. So that is why after the whole process of working with former projects, including EasyDefi, Sewing Network, and BSC Army, we have finally realized that since all the projects are heading toward the same goals of bringing real long-term values to the space. So instead of developing our projects as like separate projects, we're integrating all of our powers and also all of our resources to integrate to the one bigger ecosystem. So after the phase one of being the of all-in-one platform, we intended to bring like the most services there are to the space. So now it's like phase two when we're considering ourselves as the incubators for DeFi startups. So now you can say that after the recent token migration from the old BSCX token to the new LZ token, and also the new integrations of former projects into our whole ecosystem, we're now trying to build LaunchZone ecosystem to be like the the new LaunchZone ventures when we can just actually provide like really professional help and aids to DeFi projects and mostly the projects that have been running their ideal events on our platform. So that is we are building to be a venture. So this could be like the long term declarations of how we're gonna move our business head on until now, and also how we're gonna develop the community into. So yeah, that is pretty much we see when having such changes recently.
Yeah, that was pretty much a lot to take in for at once, right? So to get to know about that step by step, first of all, would you tell me who came up with the whole idea of like changing and like rebranding LaunchZone into something really big, something really new? And yeah, like I know you're like part of the team, but di like were there anybody else that like were going along with you on the way, or it was just like you and like the core team and all of that? Yeah. Were there anybody else that like were going along with you on the way, or it was just like you and like the core team and all that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Were
So
there anybody else that like were going
uh,
along
as we started doing our business, it was formed by mostly the idea of two members who are our current CTO, Clark, and also our CEO, Tony. So as they partner up and came together, they've also been like well-known investors in the field. So they also have like a network of community and also fellow colleagues in the field. So when the two of them combined and decided to create an actual project of themselves, so it was time those two men connecting their team members and also the network to form our first community and also the current core developers of LaunchZone ecosystem. So that would be the core members from the very start of LaunchZone ecosystem until now. And along the way, some projects were actually co-founded by some core members of the LaunchZone team, just like for BSC Army, it was co-founded by the CMO Logan, and Logan is at the same time also the CEO of LaunchZone ecosystem. So that is why
Mm,
the two projects already have like really close relations and really close resources to start with. So
yes.
I guess that after building like the sub communities and also do all kind of testing for different kind of management,
Mhm.
the BOD just have a lot of considerations and finally decide to join their work and also join the communities into a bigger mother ecosystem. So that way we can like move longer and also faster to develop our visions of becoming a, a venture ecosystem.
Great. Yeah. Well, yeah, since we're like corroborating to each other, so like, would you tell us what kind of products and like what are the next move for our combination, and like where did you get the resources for all of that? Like, where did the team and like the supporters and advisors get all of like those information that could contribute to our whole project?
Yeah, so the this will come into like quite a long-term plan. So first, after integrating the sub-projects, including EasyDefi or BSC Army, the first thing we did was changing the tokens in and
Mm-hmm.
switching their asset into the one single token. So now, when converting the old BSCX token, we're currently having the LZ token, which were converted directly from our old governance token of BSCX, and also the ZD token from EZDFi. And we also have the LZP token, which were transferred directly from the ZC token, the the BARMI token, and also ZD Cash token. So by now, our since we have integrated in our resources, so the whole ecosystem it's all only focusing on the two use cases of the LZB token and the LZ token. So that would be the first thing that we did. And also because each project also have their own different products. So the next step would be integrating their brand and into the model brand of the LZ ecosystem. And
Mm.
since EasyDeFi is quite well known for developing their own wallet app, so soon the wallet will be transferred into the new LZ wallet with the currently existing functions and also with some of our upgrades. And that will be one of the products that we're planning for the next phase. So apart from the change of the token and also the EasyDeFi transferring to the LZ wallet, we're also going to have
Mhm.
like some new service to match our names of becoming the LaunchZone Ventures. So that would be for the establishment of the new token, and this will be the first stablecoin that we do, and it will be named the USDZ, just like LaunchZone.
Mm.
And yeah, so we're also gonna have some use cases that directly attach to this token, and the current names that we're intending to have for it would be the LZ savings or the LZ vaults, and the intention would be to give users like more chance and freedom with their assets and financial uh, situations. And also apart from that, we will also have another product called um, uh, innovation LZ innovation. And this would be like an upgraded version from our old plans of developing a product called InnoX. And since our intention is to make this product like the one support to give DeFi startup all the essential tools to develop their own product. So this product would be having that same idea, but every new product names are going to be attached to the one single LaunchZone ecosystem. So in the next phase, I will just summarize into 3 points. First, combining the resources and communities of currently existing projects. Second, increase use cases of our current tokens by increasing and introducing more services. And lastly, the introductions of the LZ stablecoin, the USDZ token, and also the coming along functions. So that would be the plan so far by now.
Great, great. Yeah, that was a lot of information, a lot of useful information for those who are very curious about LZ and like LaunchZone rebranding. So as you have talked about your products and like your services and all of that all at once just now, so I think the viewers would love to hear more about the tokenomics distribution. I mean, since you mentioned how is it gonna be changed and like how the name's gonna change as well. But would the distribution and like the numbers and all of that will change too, or will it like stay the same as the one from LaunchZone?
Yeah. So one of the reasons why the token was changed was because this chance of the integration is also a good chance for us to see what kind of token model is gonna best fit our
Mm.
operations and business. So for the old BSCX token, it is only like a utility token because its functions are directly attaching to the services offered by the LaunchZone business. So once we transfer the BSDX token into the new LZ token, it's currently the new token is currently having the deflationary token models, which means that for every transactions of the LZ token, a portion of 6% of the token will be taxed, and this will be distributed to the LP pools for users to farm for the tokens again. And also apart from this, going to be used for burning to reduce the token scarcity. and also the remaining will be given to the the LP pools. So the the change of the tokens actually change a lot of the ways our token functions, and also we'll be having different products, and still our current PADX product, the ideal gateway that we have is still having the token locking functions. But since for the past period, the token lock will still be the BSTX token. So we're still in the process of transferring all the technical designs and issues into the new cap, cap, capability versions of the LZ tokens. So this would a lot change the way our token work with the ecosystem. And regarding the allocations of our token, I'm not so sure how to share my screen right now, but the easiest way for you to get information on how much LZ token will be distributed and also the total supply with it would be on our main website, lz.finance. And once logging onto our main website, you can see all the links attaching to the our DApps, and also if you want to get the informations on the tokenomics, you can visit the doc version, and in here we have the total supply for it and also other informations regarding the tokens. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
that would be
see.
our
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I visit your the website, and like there are like a lot of docs and like like all that information needed to for research and like for the users. So yeah, for those who are watching this, I think you all have access to their website because it's always free. So yeah, if you're curious about all those big numbers that we can't just mention here right now, you can go on the website and look at their tokenomic distribution and how that works. Yeah, I think those numbers would help a lot. Help answering for a lot of the audience questions. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we're done with the tokenomics. So okay, right now let's talk about do you think that the changes that were made are necessary for the users, are maybe appealing enough for your investors, and how would you think that would like convince your investor to invest in LZ in lunch zones for the long term in the future?
Well, so this is quite a funny side of being a developers, because no
Mm-hmm.
matter what you do, most of the time when major changes like this happens or are released, there will be like a lot of opposing ideas. But
True.
most of the
Yeah.
time, yeah. So people have like the very different ideas about whether that is a good change or not. But most of the time, people were just angry because they have to they have to do a lot of steps in order to maintain their assets. So
Mm-hmm.
from my perspective, I would say that in the short term, there will be like a lot of mixed feelings and also mixed reactions toward our decisions. But since we are the developers of this whole project, so we have to always set our perspective and our visions a few steps further to make sure that no matter what major changes that we're bringing to the whole ecosystem, it has to reward in a long-term benefits. So the long-term benefits here, as we see it when deciding to make this whole changes happen, was that the new tokenomics would work better and it can reward users better when holding and staying with the community. And by doing this, we can join the resources and have a better foundation to do what we want. And since the communities are also are most of the time our investors and also the ones who actually creating like the success of this whole project. So I can see is that no matter what people feel in the short term, it's just a matter of time for us to show that we can actually achieve like greater results and greater developments in the future. So our holders and also our investor will be glad about our decision, because after all the ideas here is that they are putting their investment on us and they really want to have bigger developments and an increase in what they put on the table in the first place.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of your concerns are, resolved by Luke's answer just now. Yeah, that was a really brief and, concise answer from you, Luke. Thank you for that. Next up, I've seen a lot of questions from the chat saying like since LZP is making it like a stable coin, and that means pretty much means that it won't affect the market. So, um, how would you? Oh, I think the question was like, how would you, assure that like it will be like the success of your project, and have all the users trust, and like, it just guarantee your users security, your users trust, and all of that. Yeah. So would you kindly explain that to our audience?
Yeah, so just like what you stated, as developers, there's always like a lot of factors to a project that we have to consider. It is the security, it is the trust from the community, and also all kind of factors. So after all, what at the end of the day, what really ensures a success is that whether we can keep the balance and we can keep the project going. And since we started LaunchZone until now, there's been quite a lot of challenges and also a lot of situations that we have been through. And also the communities have also shown to have like a lot of mixed feelings toward different periods of LaunchZone operations. So yeah, that is quite a hard thing to do. But our solutions and also our belief are based on the fact that this is the project and the vision that we're seeing. And no matter what we do, and no matter what kind of situation that we will put into, the vision of making like real long-term values for this space is still sticking. So it's just that when the market and all the conditions just keep coming to us, the thing the thing that actually helping us to keep this project is going is that whether we can adapt ourselves to the new situations and also whether we can maintain all the factors at once. And by doing that, this already have been doing so well in the past period. And at least LaunchZone is still here, and we have like all the resources that we need to build our project to the scale that it should be. So as for our perspective, we totally believe in our decisions of creating this project and also driving it to with the success. And on the professional perspective, all the current business decision has been giving us the resources to do so, and we have also been getting a lot more support from the community. So it's just all the factors are on our side to see that we can actually have what it takes to keep this project moving, and it's just a matter of time before we can actually get the goals that we set in the first place.
Right. Yeah, it's important how you deal with all the obstacles on the way, and like find your most suitable solution to get the project going. So yeah, I love how you like name all of your problems right there, and just how you fixed it, just right. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that would go along with the roadmap of your project. So maybe we should get a little deeper into that. So let's go back to, the past a little bit, since we've talked a lot about your future plan and what are the goals. So how did you, like, where were you on the roadmap? How is the business going? And do you have any plan to, maybe have some changes in the roadmap, or maybe just like stick it to your original plan? Yeah.
Yeah. So after the current integration, it is like the total transformations of LaunchZone. So our roadmap, for the first version of it until this version is quite changed a little bit. So
Mm,
a factor for that is that the functions that we are aiming to build for the ecosystem is still there, but the product that we're actually building and also the way that we're building it are quite changed because the situations and time just flows so rapidly in this DeFi world. So all the
right.
changes are there, but they are still sticking with the same idea. So yeah, if I were just to make a fair comparison, for the first versions of our roadmap, it was to introduce the first three core products that we currently have: the SwapX, the
Mm-hmm.
PoolX, and the PadX. And these three products has been functioning with LaunchZone since the start. So the next plans for them will be to introduce the next product that we call DexX. So they will be like a fully decentralized exchange for all LaunchZone users. And the next product that we're also planning to introduce to the space is called InnoX. And the function in it would be to provide all kind of support any uh, to any project developers. So for new versions of our roadmap, it will be really good if you can help me share the screen. So our roadmap is currently accessible on our main web. And so now instead of developing the old products that we intended, that is the InnoX or the DexX, we're focusing more on introducing new services and also the integrations of the EasyDeFi wallet, and we're changing it into the LZ wallet a with already well-known functions and also some upgrades. And the next steps would be to introduce to the space our stablecoin versions and also services like and product like LZ savings and also LZ votes. And the service would just directly connecting to the functions of the stable coins and also the governance token of our ecosystem. So yeah, all the, all the functions are still built with intention to make this whole LaunchZone ecosystem the one place to satisfy most demand for different kinds of users. So yeah, this would be the new
Hmm.
products that we are introducing, and also the new changes that are going to be visible on LaunchZone in the time to come. So
Right.
this is quite the plans that we've been working on. And so for now, uh, since everything are already in motions, I'm not so sure if there are going to be any change for this, but everything's are in motion to get this roadmap to to the public. So
Great.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, again, so guys, if you're still curious or have any concerns about the roadmap and all that, please visit their website, lzlunchzone.com, so that you can learn more about like all this information, what are their next moves, and yeah, so I mean, it's clearly that they're sticking on their plan, their original plan. So so far as we've heard, there wouldn't be any changes. So yeah, thank you for all that information. Right now, before we get to the second part, the Q&A part, we I have one last question for you, Luke. So, since all know the community support is like one of the most important factors that defines a project's success, how do you plan to attract more and more users, maybe globally, and like improve their experience from all of this rebranding and all of these changes?
Well, there's actually two ways we're planning to do this. First would be to create and introduce to the public like the products that they actually need and are highly in demand of. So after our current integrations, our old product has also been upgraded with new functions like our swapback has been equipped with the new limit orders. So this changes and also the new functions added makes our whole ecosystem so much more flexible, and also it can actually satisfy a lot of new demands for different kind of traders. So the first way would be to build the products that the public and the traders in the space actually need. So this will give them like all the reason to just come and our use our services. And for the and on the side of the community building, we're also planning to have like a lot of new corporations with strong projects, and also a lot of plans to keep the whole community up and going. And also the hero program has been doing quite well for us, and LaunchZone community has been creating a lot of memes. So I guess that all the fun factors are very well handled by the way that we build and run our current community programs. So
Mm-hmm.
the answer really here is that both by by simultaneously developing the products and simultaneously improving our community policies. I'm pretty sure that, well, all the factors would be there to maintain that balance that LaunchZone need in order to get this project going.
Great. Yes, thank you for all of that useful information from you. So, yeah, I hope that you all have heard all of that from Luke. Right now, we'll get into the second part of this AMA section, which is the Q&A. So yeah, as usual, I hope you're all familiar with our policy, with our instruction. But again, I will just briefly, go through it. So whose questions or comments that are picked during our live will get the reward of $20 per each. So don't forget to, put in your username, your Telegram username, and all of that. So it will make our rewarding process more easier because we'll post it right after this live AMA on our Army Twitter account. So yeah, for the first question that I found really interesting here, um, I heard that you have LZ Heroes. What is this program? What is the condition to join this program, and what will the member get as a prize?
So the ELC Hero program is like the new versions of the BSC of the BSCX Hero program that we used to do in the past. So basically, what this program do is that we gonna have a list of KOL, and then when our community interact with the new social updates from LaunchZone and also the retweet from this KOL list, they also gonna reward in certain interaction points. And later,
Mm,
this gonna create like a race for the community in order to claim the free slots for our ideal launch on our paddocks. So this has been creating like a lot of motivations for the community to engage with our information and also our new announcements. So the LZ Hero program just technically gonna stay quite similar to the old program or how we have running it in the past. But what changed here is the token and also the points counting functions and the way that the committee should interact with their posts are going to be quite different. So you would see you can find all the instructions on this and also a lot of announcements on our Twitter and also our main website regarding this. And still, so this will be like a really good chance for people to actually get a better chance to claim the ideal spot, which are really a great selling point for LaunchZone at this point.
right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are, very like all eyes, all ears on that event. So, yeah, thank you for that introduction from you. So, I mean, I have a little, small question from that though. Where can they find the list of the KOLs that you mentioned?
Well, once they register for joining the Hero program, they will also receive
Mm-hmm.
instructions via our bot system. So as long as people are interested in the program, when once they start the register process, they would they would know exactly what to do. So we make it
Great.
as easy as it to people as possible.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you for all that useful information and instruction from you. So, right now we'll get right into the second question that I see right here. So this person says, I want to know that how could I handle with my BSCX locked? How could I use it when the migration ends?
Well, so once the migration ends, we are still working on solutions for it, but there might there might be extensions of the migrations, or we depends on how the market behaves with and what is the actual between the price of the BSCX token and the new LZ token. We'll consider to either make the new migrations make or just let the community swap the tokens directly, because
Mm,
basically all the services are still quite available for BSCX token. So after the farming process, people people from the last farming period would need to lock their BSCX token farm from the system for a year. So this amount of BS token in the system will be slowly returned to the community. So this actually expanding a lot of time for the migration. So depends on the actual situations. We might have proper solution to help the community uh, deal with the swapping the two tokens in order to maintaining their position and asset in within the LaunchZone ecosystem.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, clearly a lot of us are, paying their best attention on like all this event, and they've clearly did a lot of research on our project. Because I see right now, like, one of the question mentioned that will one of your key product swap X your selling point? Is it still the same slippage or will it change because of the influence of the LZ ecosystem structure?
Well, yeah, so it is quite true to say that the whole ecosystem structure it's changing, but that is more on the business side. So for our product, it is still like the old product with the new names and new tag on it. And once switching from the old version to the next version, it would the only the only difference here is like the user interface that are shown by the product, the apps, and also the functions. But the technical structure of the product itself is pretty much still the same. So what is really making the selling point of our SwapX since the start was the AMM Plus technology that is dividing the orders into smaller orders in order to reduce the slippage. So this make users have more token when swapping on our SwapX comparing to other aggregators. So these features of applying the AMM Plus technology is still being applied to the new version of SwapX. And the limit order is still not changing this technical structure of the product. So basically, when you're using our new versions of the DApp, it is only like the updated and also more superior versions of the old version. So it's not really changing for the structure. And so users can still get what they really like about our old product, like the low slippage. They can still find it in the new version. So basically, the new version is just better.
Great. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
an upgrade, right? Yeah, like literally an upgrade from, what you've been doing in like your old products and all that. Um, may I ask, what is so special about that AMM plus, system that you guys decided to use that will make you think like it will give the DApp like a better use and like all the updates and like yeah, like all the betters.
Yeah, so once talking about the IOM Plus technology, so the problem that we're trying to solve here is the slippage because it's
Mm-hmm.
quite different from trading like traditional asset. There's always liquidity and you can just swap your asset whenever you want. But this story, it's quite different when it comes to DeFi because the liquidity itself is generated by the flow and the circulations of money. So basically, when swapping a token, the slippage that you're actually suffering from each transaction is pretty much depending on how liquid the token is. So if the liquidity of the token that you're trying to swap is really low, one order from you can really change the whole portion of the whole liquidity
Mm-hmm.
pool, which is why in order to solve the slippage situation, in order to make the one big order, in one big order. We try to swap the order into like many smaller orders and try to route them into suitable LP pools. So that way, each order will account for like a smaller percent and also a smaller change to the whole LP pool in general. So that's why once we route it, the amount of token that users can swap are actually getting much they're getting much more token than swapping on other swap because the order has been reduced in slippage. And depends on the swapping amount. This might not be much, but in the long term, and especially for daily traders, the savings on slippage can actually be quite a huge profit. So this is still what makes our SwapX so strong, and this whole function is still visible in the new version of the current swap that we're having. So it just uh, having like a new order a new functions of the limit order. So with the old version of SwapX that we introduced a few months ago, people would only swap the asset directly, but they get the better slippage. But for now, once they get access to the swap app that we're introducing, not just the swap with like really low slippage, but they can also access to the limit order functions and get the waiting time for their orders. So this is going to create like a lot more flexibility for users of LaunchZone technology, and also what's keeping our user with us.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you know like what works best for your, your project, and what runs the most like efficient, effective for like the users. And yeah, I mean, all after all of that updates and upgrade from like your old DApps and your old products, I think you have found your best solution to fix all the problem that you faced in the past, and bring the users their best experience of joining LaunchZone. So yeah, we'll move on to the next question. Right now, I see yeah, this one is pretty cool. Depends on the services you provide for community. Do you think that the power of your community can lead your project to develop globally?
Well, it's kind of funny when we mentioned this because at the start of LaunchZone, there was already a global project because
Right.
most of the core members are from different countries. So most
Mm-hmm.
of the time, we don't even have the same language to communicate. So this
Right.
project was very global at the core of it, and since the very start of it. But I can understand what the question is really referring to. So the services that we are trying, we actually set the we're actually setting the vision of making it a a global standard kind of services. So it will just
Mm-hmm.
be accessible and also functioning to users anywhere. And also this can create like a really strong flow of users and community toward us. So I guess that uh, the services are our top notch, and also the reason why we're able to build our community so far. So this would be the things that we're going to stick to along our business from now and also very long future ahead. So no matter what happens or change with LaunchZone ecosystem structure, the core products are always going to stay, and we'll only upgrade it to the better. And also, I guess if these products are the reason why we're having our communities in the first place, by always
Mm.
keeping the products and keep upgrading it, the user experience going to be upgraded along with the operations of LaunchZone throughout time. So that is also one of the way we are keeping our communities and also upgrading our communities experience.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like if you keep like updating, like keep interesting all the, community, all the users like that, I think they would just, come right at your project. And yeah, I think that's a really good answer from you. So we're reaching our last question here for this section. Um, LZP token is oh from what I knew, LZP token is an inflationary token. Does it mean that its price will be stable and does not be affected by the market? And how will it be used in your ecosystem? So this one is quite familiar, I mean, similar to the one that I asked, but just about more of this usage and how does it work with the whole system? Yeah.
Yeah, so that is quite a interesting and intriguing things because so far, what most of the community knows about the LZP token is that it is the one kind of token that we're rewarding users for farming with our pools, but
Mm-hmm.
the real functions of it and also the real the real factors that are keeping the price of the LZP token is still well quite a mystery to most of our communities, and we're
Right.
still actually having plans to keep it this way for a while. What I can say from now is that since all the game fight and also all the NFT situation is creating like a really hectic situation and really big picture DeFi right now, we're also
Mm.
investing a lot of our efforts and also resources into those kind of projects and also uh, new ideas to be guiding this. So LCP tokens are in the future will play like a really close connection with those changes, and also it will play like a very vital role with the new upgrades and also the new products that we're about to launch. So just like a any kind of a token that can specifically buy like NFT or assets from games, we're also gonna have like similar functions for the LZP token, but the project and the scale of it, and also the real functions of how people can use and interact with the LZP token, going to be quite things that we will rather keep in the next phase. So I guess the real thing to say here is that if you really want to know what's so fun about the LZP token, just stick to our announcements, and no doubt that you will find what you want. And the reason why you have been keeping the LZP token for so long, so just believe me that this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with you on that as well.
Yeah,
So, guys, yeah, you've heard what I say, and Luke said, he explained a lot about the project and like all of those changes and updates. So, if you want to know more, still keep your eye on us and follow our Twitter account, our Telegram chat, and to know all about the updates that are coming. So for now, I think that is pretty much our live AMA session today because, we've covered quite a lot of all the users, all the audience concerns. So yeah, I think it's time to, close out this live. And oh, guys, don't forget to join our quiz on BSC Army official Telegram chat. The reward is really huge for those who participate. And like, if you're fast and you guys are fast enough, you guys are correct on all of the answers, you will definitely get the prize. So yeah, let's join us right after this live AMA. Go ahead to go into our Telegram chat to participate in the quiz. So Luke, do you have anything left to say to our lovely audience?
well, this is quite a strange shoes that I'm wearing for now because I'm actually in a different position now. But
Mm-hmm.
this is quite a new experience for me, being here as the guest representing LaunchZone. And I guess that is also like a very new experience for most of our communities and users. So no matter what changes there are in the future, there will be quite new experience and a lot of things that we have to get used to. But just believe me, it will all result in good things. And the way I'm feeling now, it's just pretty good. So
Oh,
good luck to us building this whole
yeah.
project together, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, us being, united and collaborated like this, I mean, does that mean we'll see you more in the future, Luke?
Yep, no doubt we will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, thank you for your time today, Luke. That was a really huge pleasure, getting to talk to you again on our AMA. So thank you all for stay tuned until now. So don't forget to join the quiz. And also for those who get the questions picked in our live giveaway, uh, go on to our Twitter account to know more about like how to claim your reward. So yeah, for now, let's say goodbye and I hope to see you all in the next video.
Okay,